Oh yeah, the Our Time Starts Now EP is dropping very soon. Now on this EP, you're gonna hear bangers such as Getaway, MIT,
Then you turned to me, you said that I would be fine, I'll be alright. Close your eyes and you'll be here with me tonight.
Stupid Dumb,
Now I'm here on my own, no one to take me home. This feels like my final day, the world has all decayed.
and then to close it out with Our Time Starts Now.
Our time starts now. Fade away, fade away, fade away in obscurity. Take away your hypocrisy.
Now, this EP is actually very important to me. Essentially, it is a collection of songs I released over the past 2 years. And I know what you're thinking, dude, really? 4 songs, 2 years? Well, I had to teach myself the whole process. I had to actually learn how to play guitar better than I ever had before. And I had to learn how to record it. And then you're trying to build an audience, mainly through like YouTube and doing all this stuff. So it's been a journey. So that 2 years actually been filled with a ton of stuff. So these songs, they may not be the most polished, I understand, but to me, it's a very important thing to get out there so I can move on to the next EP, to the next album. But even as a kid, I always wanted to start a band. And, going through this process, with the guitar playing, with the singing, with everything. So really what these 4 songs have done though, they've really unlocked a part of me that I've suppressed for years. One of the big things is, since guitar is my main tool, I always saw other people playing it and they appeared to be better, and it always just made me have such low self-confidence and low self-esteem. I couldn't see hey, you gotta keep practicing, you gotta keep going. And I always bring this up. I played with my buddy Tim. Tim, again, if you're watching, I'd really like to make music with you again. Give me a call. And then I played for a little bit in college with one buddy, which I actually found the live concert that we did at I think a VFW hall or something, that I need to get his permission and ask if I can use it. I haven't watched it literally in 20 years. It's probably going to be pretty cringy, I'm not going to lie. But that's my claim to fame from the one time I played live in front of people. And it was basically just me and him with acoustic guitars playing. So I didn't quite get those crazy or, rifty punk songs and stuff that I try to make now. But it's still fun to play some pop songs in front of a bunch of punk kids. Still a fun experience, and I do look back at that highly. So I might post that video out there eventually, but really coming up almost on the 20-year anniversary of that now. So this EP kind of actually reignited that passion and really started moving things forward, because you go, well, what was the event 20 years ago that made you kind of stop? Well, I was getting out of community college. I needed to move on with my life, didn't really have a job, didn't have direction, lived in a small town area, had an ego, oh, this town sucks, I gotta get out of here, dude. And a lot of those feelings have changed over the years as well. I don't actually mind a more slower pace after, living in some bigger cities. So really, this EP and these songs was a learning experience. Basically, I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna take all this self-doubt, all this low self-confidence, and I'm going to make some songs. And just with the progress in technology, it's so easy to record at your computer. And then also you can essentially hire session, musicians to play on your tracks as well. Now this EP doesn't necessarily have a theme, but I kind of arrange the songs in a way where they kind of flow together. And these songs were released before, but I did rebalance the noise levels and sounds just so they all kind of cohesively go together. And again, with this album, it kind of just reminded me who I was. Because again, 20 years ago, I wanted to go chase money. I wanted to go to the big city. I wanted to, be that big businessman. And I really let the creativity and that passion die when I had ambitions, again, of being in a band. I was like, I want to be a screenwriter. I want to write poetry. I want to do all this more creative endeavors. And that kind of, I just never really got that spark back, unfortunately, until a few years ago, which is sad because, again, I just have so much stuff going on, career, family, all that kind of stuff, where it is hard to sit down and write music. But I'm kind of letting the true me come back out now after, 20 years, realizing that, I don't know. I don't know what I've been doing. I could have picked up the guitar before then. I could have did more stuff. But my brain just didn't go there. I was just so focused on, the career, trying to go out and hang out with friends and do all this, where, that's great. But I really think I'd be a different person nowadays if I maybe would have took a step back and didn't get into some situations that weren't that great for me. And maybe surround myself around people that weren't really as negative towards me. So this EP though, it just kind of goes over some of that, regret, remorse, heartbreak, and, just trying to take control of your life again. Now moving forward, I do want to release more music, and I already have the next EP in the works, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm breaking up in EPs and maybe have more of a theme to it. So I kind of have that in the works. I do already have the name for it, but I am going to keep that secret for now, and I'm going to start working on those songs. I think I have 3 that I have parts for, but I have one that should be just about done. I should be able to go in and record all the guitars over just a stock drum beat before I hire in a drummer and then add the bass and add the vocals to it. So look forward to that. But if you made it this far, go check out the new EP. Again, not going to be polished, but I'm also not even going for that because I'm inspired by punk and some of that rawness. Now we don't want it to be super raw where it's unlistenable. I do try to add some melodies and stuff like that in there, but that's going to kind of be the style I write in, more of the punk alt rock. In the bottom, I'm going to have a description to my social links and where you can, get the new EP and listen to songs that are already there. And all these songs already have music videos too. You can go search them already. Check those out. A few of those are definitely fun to make. Anyways, thanks for watching. Keep watching this channel for more updates on the new EP that's coming and just my growth as a musician.